Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Colton. Welcome back to the Mile 17 podcast. This is the Coffee with Colt segment. It is Monday morning if you are listening to this whenever it is released. And if you're listening to it any other day of the week, honestly, it doesn't really matter because I have coffee every single morning. So you can just put yourself there with me and act like we're just there chatting over a cup of joe. But what was really speaking to me this morning, whenever this actually kind of hit me last night, is how we really truly are products of our environment. And it's amazing how much control we actually have, even though we may not realize how much control we have, if that makes any sense. So, the reason that this kind of hit me yesterday was because I was switching up my apartment. I was doing some rearranging. I finally got myself a desk, which is so amazing, and a chair. And when you live in I think our apartment is like 750 to 800 square feet, somewhere in that range. And when that's all that you have to work with, it can be a little challenging to rearrange the furniture because there's really not very many options of how we're going to set it all up. So as I was switching things around yesterday and I got it all set up how I wanted it, it really hit me because I was like, "Oh my god, like this looks amazing." And I felt more comfortable, I felt more energetic, I felt more motivated and inspired literally just by switching up the way that my apartment living room looked. And it dawned on me that the environment that we put ourselves into every day honestly makes a huge difference because here's the thing, I have now a desk and a chair to sit at to come do my work that when I sit here, I know it's time to work versus a lot of the other times, I had to sit on the couch to use a table that was eye level with me that I could use. And when I sit on the couch, like I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I was ready to just chill. I had a hard time getting work done. And not always, sometimes it was nice to sit and be comfy and sit and chat. But when it came to like doing work and writing things down and getting on the computer and getting my work done for the day, I was struggling because I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I don't want to do this. I'm sitting here, I'm comfortable, like this is the last thing that I want to be doing." And so it got me thinking how our environment is so much more than just where our physical body is. Your environment also branches out to who you interact with every day, how you speak to yourself, how do you speak to the people around you, and how those interactions really shape your life and how your day to day life is honestly going to go. And this really resonates with me when it comes to going to your job because, like it or not, a lot of us, the majority of us, spend a lot of our time, most of our time, at work and with the people that we work with. And this can be great or this can be totally to your detriment. And what I mean by that is you can have an environment of work where when you get there, all everybody wants to do is gossip. Everybody's, complaining and bitching about what they're doing and why they're there and why the boss made this decision or, why the company is going this way. And all everybody wants to do is bitch. And that's something that I've really started to realize in my line of work is no matter where I've been, and granted, I work in healthcare, there is a lot of things wrong and there are things to bitch about. And I've gotten myself caught up at times in that cycle of getting to work. And, instead of greeting the coworkers and asking how their life is, what they're up to, or, just getting the job done, like it just turns into this addicting gossip, like fested water of just, it's not healthy. And I don't mean that as, just where I'm at now. I mean that anywhere, any hospital. It is toxic. If you work in healthcare, once people get there and nurses and staff get to going, like there ain't no stopping anybody. So yeah, it just really made me realize that our environments are so important to our our livelihood and the way that our body feels each and every day. And if that's what you're going into every day, you have to realize that that's probably has a lot to do with why you feel so crappy or why maybe you're a little down in the dumps or when you go to work like your body automatically just goes into this like just uncomfortable feeling, and it has a lot to do with your environment. Also, this is my second cup of coffee today. My coffee cup says Morning Sunshine, which I absolutely love. It's a Target mug. I'm sure half of you out there have it. I love it. My mom used to sing me, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray." You know, that song. And so when I use this coffee cup, I always think of my mom. But anyways, back to our environments. Your environment also encompasses, what you wake up to, and your thoughts and what you see. And if you walk out and your place is a mess, and the first thing you wake up to in the morning is a sink full of dishes and a dirty counter, and you have to cook on there, like, you're automatically starting in an environment that is unkempt, and that goes up into your head. You're starting your day off with a absolute disaster and a mess, and you wonder why you're feeling angst and anxiety, and that thing, you can't get your thoughts straight, and everything in your head is all jumbled up. Like when you're starting your day, and the first thing you do in the morning is you scroll through that phone, and you see all this stuff going on in everybody else's lives. Then you walk out and your kitchen's a mess, and you're supposed to be cooking, and you're trying to get the kids out the door. Like, it's chaos. So of course your head is like, woof, going like a million miles per hour. So if you can try to tweak little things in your life, like, I make it almost every single time before I go to bed at night. I really, really, really try to make it a point to have a clean space to wake up to in the morning, because for me, it makes a massive difference in how I start my day. Is waking up and having that environment that I know is going to be clean, and it's going to be consistent for me every single day. And so, along with this, I wanted to touch on the environment that you create with your family and whoever you're living with. If you live with, if it's you and your significant other, and you wake up in the morning and you walk out and you scoff at each other because you both hate the morning, then that's how you're starting your day. That's the environment that you're creating for each other. I challenge you to try tomorrow to wake up and look at your spouse or your significant other and just give them a hug, give them a kiss, and a smile, good morning, and start the day that way, versus being so ugly and like mad to be awake. I get it. There's morning people. There's people who are not morning people. And I've known a few in my life who hate the mornings. And I really try to understand, because I'm a total morning person. I'm happy to be awake. But I think that if you consciously make the effort and try, and look at these people that you're waking up next to with love and gratitude and just happy to be alive, I think it'll make a big difference in your life. Honestly, I really, really do. I challenge you to give it a try. So those are kind of the main things that I feel like that you can craft this environment for your life, is to, oh, there's Kona, her daily visit on the podcast. She's becoming a regular on the show. If you're not watching a video, Kona is popped up on the couch behind me, my little doodle. Okay, so anyways, um, yes, what you're looking at every day, how you're speaking to people, how you're interacting with the people at your job, the job that you're going to, all these things are the environment that you're in every single day. And if these are not positive interactions and uplifting environments, you are going to be already starting behind the ball. Like, it's not easy to get over those hurdles and to create positive, uplifting energy when that's all that you're faced with. Also, if you're hearing the occasional airplane or the car outside, I I mean, I'm not really sorry, but like, I live in the city. Like, what do you expect? It is what it is. I can't get rid of it. So, anyways, I have a few points of emphasis that I would like to get across to you on maybe ways to change your environment, and I challenge you to see how much of a difference this makes in your life and just the way that you feel every single day. So, the first one is less time with negative energy. If you can find ways to spend less time around that negative energy that's coming into your environment, whether that's your mother in law or your best friend or one of your siblings or anybody, your significant other, if you can find ways to limit that energy, whether, like, if it's your significant other, you've got some work to do together. It's not something that you should just let go and let happen and avoid, because you really should not be avoiding whoever you're with if that's who you're choosing to spend your life with. But for the people that you don't have to see every day, limit those phone calls. If you have that relationship with them, try to have the conversation to be like, yo, you're coming into my stratosphere and you're just like making this really hard. Like, all you do is come to me, and every time you call me, all you do is bitch about your job and your day. Like, let's try to change this up, and like, let's try to talk about something uplifting or something good happening in our life next time. And if they're not receptive to that, that's okay. You can remove yourself and spend less time with them, spend less time talking to them. The next thing that really helps me like I had said before, is to organize and clean your space. I swear. I don't care if you're a disorganized person and um, that's how you identify yourself as, but clean up your space. It will make your brain be in line, feel in order, and bring that anxiety and angst down a little bit. Organize your desk. Get up in the morning and make sure your space is clean before everybody's up in the morning, and that you have somewhere nice to cook your breakfast, or your car. Make sure that you're not getting into your car and it's like trash spilling out of it. If you can clean up your environment, you will clean up your mind. Number 3, walk in nature. I think I'm going to say this every single podcast that I record because it will change your life. And I promise you, and I will stand by that until the day I die. Get outside, walk in nature. That is literally our natural environment. Like, you have to get out there. And even if you live in a bustling neighborhood in New York City, guess what? You can get your ass over to Central Park, or I know the city has parks throughout the entire city that you can walk around, see the green grass, hear the birds, just feel the breeze, all the things that nature offers us. Get outside, it'll change your entire perspective, it'll change your mood, it will just get you grounded in nature, which is what we all are products of this earth. The 4th one, stop partaking in the gossip at work. It's always going to be there. The drama's never going to end. Like, when you get there, just don't even partake, don't even listen. If it starts happening, just walk away. Like, oh, gotta go. I have stuff to do. Just get away from it. It's toxic. It's negative. All it's going to do is bring you down, and it's never going to stop. So, and if you're a leader in a company, and that's that's the environment that's been created, it is up to you to change it. The environment of a workplace is the product of its leader, and I believe that fully. Which, again, is why healthcare is such a mess, because it starts at the top, and sadly, it's really not getting any better anytime soon. If any of you listening are prospective nurses, respiratory therapists, or anything in healthcare, love ya. But just so you know, you're going to be working in a very toxic environment if you're working in the acute hospital setting. And my last one, which I really challenge you to do, is to walk in and greet people differently. And this is especially for the people that you love, your kids, your dog, your significant other, your parents, whoever it is. Just try it. Like, just try to walk in tomorrow morning when you wake up, the first person you see, smile so big at them and hug them. And if it's somebody that you kiss them. And if you're not a morning person, at least just do that and be like, give me 5, give me 10, but I love you. And I promise you'll feel the warm, fuzzy feelings inside of you, and it's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to hear about it. All right, y'all. I don't know why. Sometimes I say y'all, and it's so weird because I'm not Southern. My sister lives in Tennessee, but like, I don't know why I say y'all, but I do. Y'all, y'all, y'all. Maybe because I listen to Kelly Clarkson so much and she says it. So I'm a product of my environment. Okay. So cheers to that. Here's another segment of Coffee with Colt. And I am so glad that you came by to have your coffee with me, or your tea, or your orange juice, or your apple juice, or your water, or your green drink, or whatever it is you're drinking. If you're drinking a mimosa or a Bloody Mary, that's awesome too. Cheers to that. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. If you are listening on Monday, I think that's Christmas. Saturday, Sunday. Oh, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. Either way, everybody, have a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic week. And you create the environment you live in. All right? Like and subscribe to the show. Give me a review. Give me a rating. Follow me on Instagram at ColtonLord17, TikTok at ColtonLord17, and we'll see you next time.